All right, we're back. The ATL Elite has just arrived, so we're glad you're hanging in here with us at the C1N Cam Newton Labor Day Classic. This is going to be a great day of football. We have 5 games for you throughout the day. Lots of action coming up. Now, the Elites get warmed up, and then shortly after that, they'll be taking the field, and we'll get underway with some action. So once we get going, make sure you hit that like button, thumbs up, all the social media things that you got to do to let us know that you're on board. I'm Freddie Flowers with Moxie Media Group. We are thrilled that Cam Newton and C1N has partnered with us for today's events. So we'll be right back with you soon, and see you then. All right, we have had the toss, and we're about to finally get underway. It is going on about 10:30 a.m. right now. It's about 85 degrees with a little bit of a breeze. We are live from Atlanta, Georgia, and we're at the Westlake High School, home of the Lions, where the C1N tournament is underway. We're glad that you are here with us, and we are thrilled to death that Cam Newton and his staff chose Moxie Media Productions. We're glad that you're with us on Facebook and YouTube streaming today's contest. Our first contest of the day features the 5U groups, with the Atlanta Elite taking on the Municipal Raiders. The Elite wearing the aquamarine or teal helmets, if you will. The Raiders, well, they look like the Raiders you're familiar with if you've ever watched NFL football and have seen Oakland/LA/Las Vegas. You understand what I'm talking about, looking at the silver helmets. Now, one of the things, just kind of a brief, at the 5U level, because the ball is at the 25, you will have coaches on the field, which is understandable because, well, they're 5. And so getting them set, getting them focused is key. They are actually learning a team sport at this age and learning that discipline and positions and what they have to do. So we want to remind all the fans out there that this is really all about fun. especially at this group. Although it is competitive, I don't want to take away from that. When you're 5 years old, you're just coming out the gate and you're starting to build that competitive juice in the boys. These dads out here volunteering, so they need an applause as well. And there is the whistle. Ball is at the 25-yard line. Now we want to remind you that ATL does not have numbers on their jerseys, but what they do have is defense. And the loss of yardage on the play will take the ball back to the 18-yard line. So as a result, it'll be 2nd and 17 for the Municipal Raiders. I was able to pick up a little bit of video on these two teams, and I can tell you that they are well coached. And it's always tough when you got the little guys, because sometimes it looks a little bit like that electric football that I grew up with, not the Xbox stuff that the kids play today, where you put the little men on the middle platform, and there's a tailback, number 5, carrying the load. So that'll bring up 3rd down. Ball will go to the 26-yard line. It's 3rd and 9 for the Raiders. Coaches getting their guys in position. ATL showing blitz. Here it comes. Number 5 is going to get wrapped up immediately. Gets a couple out of that one. He'll get to the 29-yard line by all accounts. They mark it at the 28. And one of the things that you have to enjoy is that at this age group, the officials also help out with the little guys too. And the Raiders are going to punt. And I promise you, you won't see any high and long punts at this age group. These will be walked off just as the kickoffs are. So with that, it'll be 1st and 10 at the 47-yard line. So now we'll see what the Elite are going to bring to the breakfast table, because we are still here in the AM. And we're glad you're here enjoying a little bit of football with us while you're having your bacon, eggs, and coffee. And I tell you, no matter how much football I watch, be it NFL or college or high school, this is always the fun stuff for me, is seeing the little guys. And there's some movement up front. And this might be a false start. Now, a lot of times the officials will, give them a pass or allow them one. That depends on the league and the league rules. So here come the Elite, and the Raiders all over them. And that is number 0 for the Raiders. Want to remind the fans that the Elite does not have numbers on their jerseys. Man goes into motion for ATL, and they take off to the right, trying to find some room, and he's going to get across the 50. He'll get to the 46 of the Raiders before he is brought down. So it'll be third and about 3 yards for ATL. You see that huddle right there on our field cam? And that's one of the features that we at Moxie Media like to bring the fans, getting them up close and personal. We're glad you're here with us at the C1N Labor Day Classic. It is day 2 of football action. The first 2 contests held yesterday. We got strong left, and he gets away, and the Raiders had an opportunity to bring him down for a loss, and he slips right on through and gets inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. That is a first down for the ATL Elite. You'll see where the spot is, and it looks like the officials are going to spot him at the 25. Thought he might have made it just a little bit further, but I don't wear the stripes. They do. Nonetheless, it's first down for the ATL.
Looking at a 1st and 10, ball is spotted on the 25-yard line, 2:25 and running in the first quarter. This is 5 action.
And one of the things at this age group, one of the key items is teaching tackling and making the most of those first opportunities. And there's a flag on the field. There's a false start. Now, if you recall, back around the 47-yard line, back in ATL territory, there I noted movement up front. The official looked both ways and held his finger up, letting them know that that might have been their one. Well, this one's going to cost them. So the coaches will talk to the players to get them to understand not to jump and to understand what the snap count is. And trust me, you know, you shouldn't be surprised at the 5U age group. I've seen NFL teams jump off with 3 false starts in a row. So these are 5-year-olds. So we absolutely have to make sure we cut these guys some slack. Snap is a little low, but he finds his way up the middle, and he is going to dive before his knee hits the ground, it appears. And he's going to get to the 25-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10. So they get back to the original line of scrimmage before they're tripped up by the Raider defense. Once again, he's running to his, he's going to be met by the Raiders, and that is going to be a huge loss of yardage on that play. May have lost about 6 yards. Let's see. And they're going to down him at the 29, just inside the hash mark. Now, anytime you lose 4 yards or more on the play, that really does make a difference. And that'll do it for the end of the first quarter. We're at 0-0. We'll be right back with the C1N Labor Day Classic here at Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, the Raiders with a huge tackle for loss. It is now 3rd and 14 for the ATL Elite. And you got to understand that this age group, you know, yards, you know, are really a big difference at any group, any age level or any level, be it college or pro or semi-pro or high school. It doesn't really matter. But when you're primarily running the ball, it becomes far more complex, you know, to get those first downs. But that's also the fun part because you can always expect the unexpected. So we'll see, you know, what Municipal comes up with. ATL with an empty backfield. You gotta love one of the players with the ATL. I can see the chain he's wearing. So they're setting up to go strong right. And there he goes. He cuts in inside. He's going to be brought down at the 30-yard line, if not at the original line of scrimmage. And I see the official standing at the 30. So that's a loss of an additional yard, and that will bring up 4th down. Now, given where the ball is, you know, in situations like this, at this age group level, you typically, you know, you just go for it and try to make something happen. Because punting it, they can't really, you know, walk it off. So the coaches get the players set. Now, one of the things that the Raiders need to be careful of, you know, the ATL has been trying to hit those edges. If they pay too much attention to the outside, that could leave the middle open. And ATL's runners have proven adept at breaking some tackles going up the middle, but they're going to go to the right. They cut it back inside. What did I just tell you? He's still going. He's going to get inside the 20 to the 18-yard line, but he is going to be short of a first down, and the ball will be turned over to the Raiders on downs. So I just told you what might happen if they didn't pay attention, and it almost cost the Raiders, but they were able to recover and bring down the ATL Elite ball carrier 2 yards shy of moving the sticks. So now the Raiders defense bends but does not break. There's the snap. Play is a little slow to develop. So runs to his left on the counter. He's going to get to the 22-yard line. So 4-yard gain on the play makes it 2nd and 6 for the Municipal Raiders. QB direct under center, 2 men in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, and they cut right back up the middle too. He's going to get across the 25-yard line, barely. So ultimately that is where it will be spotted, is the 25. That brings up 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. Raiders going a little, well, for a 5U going tempo. Getting their players set. Basically the same formation. QB checks back with his coach. Number 6 decides to keep it himself. Goes around, and he is going to be brought down just shy of a first. So it'll be 4th and 1 for the Municipal Raiders. The ATL Elite with a nice open field tackle to prevent those sticks from moving. So now we've got another huge 4th down. Both of these teams well coached. Got ourselves a little bit of a defensive Donnybrook. And there's the whistle. So it looks like they're checking the ball, and the ATL Elite are going to take a timeout. We're going to be right back here at the C1N Classic from Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia. All right, we're coming back out of the timeout. I can promise you the Elite would love nothing more than to take away momentum and prevent the Municipal Raiders from getting a first down. The Raiders only need a yard to move the sticks. And as the old adage goes, if you can get 4 yards per, doing a little bit of math, that keeps the chains moving. But here they need 1. Here we go, and he runs off tackle and gets a little more to his left, and that is going to move the sticks and net a fresh set of downs. The ball will go to the 34-yard line, and the Municipal Raiders, facing a 4th and 1, managed to convert. 4:24 remaining in the first half of play. Do not have a score from either team, and we have a flag. And that one's going to be waved off. And I believe he was checking to see how the players are lined up. QB takes it out to his left and stretches out across the 40-yard line. Nice open field tackle by the ATL defender. He's going to get to the 43-yard line. Raiders putting together a nice, slow, methodical, sustained drive. It'll be 2nd and 2. Coaches on both sides doing an excellent job teaching the kids and getting them in position. But there is a player in the neutral zone, and there is the flag. That one will go against the ATL. Player lined up in the neutral zone. So that'll cost them 5 yards and net a fresh set of downs for the Municipal Raiders. And one of the things the coaches try to be very careful of is making sure that the players understand where they must be lined up as it relates to the ball. There's the handoff, or a direct snap, if you will. They're going to get across the 50. They're going to get to the 49-yard line. Gain of 3 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Raiders. We're under 3 minutes remaining in the first half. QB on the keeper, and he's going to make his way inside the 45-yard line to the 44. So it'll be 3rd and 2 for the Raiders. To use an old Hank Stram adage, the Raiders matriculating down the field. So 3rd and 2. We've seen it on this drive. Ball is dropped. Play slow to develop. Here comes the ATL defenders, and they're going to have a loss of yardage on the play. Now, if you remember, not that long ago, the ATL defense stopped them on 3rd down, resulting in a 4th and 1. Municipal was able to convert, but this one is going to be way different, and it is now going to be 4th and 5. The ball is spotted at the 47-yard line. So the ATL defense, coaches are letting them know, and there's blitz is being shown. Key here is preventing that 1st down, and there's a whistle. Offsides, oh no, against ATL, and that one should move the chains because that 5 yards is exactly what Municipal needed, and that is going to result in a 1st down for the Municipal Raiders. So 1:11 remaining, and they get everything sorted out and get the ball relocated. Fans, we're glad you're here with us at the C1N Labor Day Classic from Westlake High School here in Atlanta, Georgia. Moxie Media Productions, proud to be selected by C1N. And look at that nice open field tackle right there by ATL. Loss of yardage on the play. We'll bring up 2nd down, and we have a timeout on the field. Coaches getting the boys hydrated. Have a flag on the field. And unsportsmanlike conduct. So officials getting some things sorted out on the field there. We're going to take a break, and we're going to be right back while the officials get everything sorted out.
Cool now, scared of letting go. I won.
They got period one and donut. I like the water.
All right, the coaches have talked to each other. You see shaking of hands and everything else. And, of course, you know, ultimately it's about sportsmanship. So whatever it was hashed out. Ball is at the 43-yard line. And fans, we want to remind you that We are live streaming right now, pay-per-view, but on Tuesday, all games will be available on YouTube. Make sure you check out the C1N YouTube channel. But we want to remind you fans out there that you don't want to hear about it, you want to see it live, so make sure you check it out, as we've got great football action all day today. This is the first of 5 contests. We are under a minute remaining in the first half. Municipal putting together a methodical drive, and Municipal getting back over the ball. ATL goes to get their defense set. So it is 2nd and 11 for the Municipal Raiders. And the ball is at the 43-yard line. So it seems like after a long pause, we're about to get back at it. And there comes the Raiders. The ball carrier stays on his feet, breaks a tackle before he is gang tackled by the ATL Elite. And the Raiders are going to take a timeout. The ball is at the 39-yard line. Fans will be right back.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, we're coming back out of the timeout. The Municipal Raiders get in their offense set. It is 3rd down. The ball is at the 39-yard line. Raiders needing 7 yards to continue the drive. ATL coaches getting the defense set. So officials speaking with the Raider coaches. Okay, looks like we're underway. There's the play. Quarterback keeps it himself, cuts it back inside, and he's going to be brought down right about the 32-yard line. Make that the 31. So those sticks are going to move. It's going to be a fresh set of downs. 25 seconds remaining in the first half of play. No score by either team. Although both teams have proven that they're able to move the ball, just as they get around the 30 or so, the defenses tighten up, and thus we have no score. So it's been more of a bend, don't break defensive contest. Raiders working the edges more so than the middle. ATL with shifty players able to find the seams to get yards, but neither one able to get that big strike or that continued sustained drive down the field as the defenses tighten up when both of them get around the 30-yard line. So here comes the Raider offense. About 25 seconds remaining in the first half. And maybe you could call the first half a feeling out process. Coaches will surely make some adjustments, trying to figure out where they have the advantage. It'll be interesting to see the adjustments from both teams once the third quarter opens up. So you have one man wide for the Raiders, and there's movement up front. False start against the Raiders. So that'll put the ball at the 36-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 15 for the Raiders. There's a snap. He takes off to his left, trying to work the edge once again, and he's going to go out of bounds right around the 33-yard line, and that is where the official is standing. And we got a little extracurricular activity on the field, and the coaches are getting after the Raider players, telling them to cool it. And there's the flag. So got unsportsmanlike, and that's going to go against ATL. And the coaches are going to talk to these boys at halftime for sure, so they understand the brevity of this, and that is 15 yards. And that's going to net a fresh set of downs for the Raiders. Ball is at the 19-yard line. 15 seconds remaining in the first half. And there it is. Now you understand, this is going to be a score. The Raiders get on the board. And fans, just for some clarity, you have to understand at the 5U level, the field is shortened to 80 yards of playing area. The end zone actually begins at the 10, and the Raiders get on the board first. After putting together a slow and methodical drive by the Raiders, nets a score with a hair under 5 seconds remaining in the first half. And that unsportsmanlike penalty was huge and cost ATL dearly. So Municipal gets set for the extra point. And they're going to keep it, and no one's going to get him. So the Raiders get the score and the conversion. So we have a hair under 5 seconds remaining in the first half as the Raiders take the lead 7-0. So the officials reset the ball at the 25. So ATL gets their offense set. Municipal making the final adjustments to the defense. Coaches double checking where they want their players lined up. Making sure they're where they're supposed to be. And as I said earlier, you know, it's a little bit like chess. You got to get all the pieces in place, but these boys will learn and they'll get better as they get older. They'll understand where they're supposed to go and when they're supposed to be there. And there's our field cam bringing you the view from behind the offense. So, here they go. So go three to keep it strong left, probably strong right. And that's going to do it for the first half. The Raiders with the lead, 7-0. So as we end the first half, we're gonna go through some quick takeaways. Defensively, both teams have played well. The difference right now appears to be penalties. And that last unsportsmanlike conduct is huge because it put Municipal in a first and goal position, which they converted on to take the lead. So here we are. Now the ATL, you know, there was a bit of a scuffle a little bit earlier on as well. And on the field, you see Cam Newton talking to both of the coaches. So the biggest thing that, you know, the coaches have to do is, one, get the boys to settle down. I'd say that that's number one. Number two, help them get into position faster and understand where they have to be. Oh, you know, where they have to be and what they're doing. So, you know, and they're 5 years old. I said this earlier. And that's where that coaching is all about. And the officials have definitely given some grace, and which that is typical when they're 5 years old. So we'll see what the second half brings and what adjustments the coaches are going to make. We've got ourselves a bowl game. Defenses are shining here in the first half. Municipal Raiders 7-0 over the ATL Elite. We'll be right back.
I won.
They got period one and donut. I like the water.
Welcome back here to the C1N Labor Day Classic. I'm Freddie Flowers. We are glad that we are here with you. We want to thank C1N. We want to thank Cam Newton for partnering with Moxie Media Productions for yesterday's and today's events. A lot of great football being played. We have 4 more contests after this 5U. Just a quick recap of the first half with the ATL Elite taking on the Municipal Raiders. Both defenses really doing a great job. Penalties being the difference ultimately in the score. At the end of the first half, you had a huge unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against ATL that resulted in a score for Municipal. Now, the coaches have talked to their players at halftime, getting them settled down. I'm sure the coaches have had discussions amongst themselves about how they're going to handle this second half. So they're getting the players set down at the 25-yard line. We're going to take to the field as we get ready for the second half of play. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments are made. So the players are just about set. And as I said at the opening of the contest, these are 5-year-olds. So the key to it all is in the teaching of the game and promoting and developing a love of the game. I mean, you never know what future stars might come from either one of these teams. And we want to thank all of you out there watching us on pay-per-view. We want to remind you as well that on the C1N website on Tuesday, this footage will be available, and the Elite take off to their left, running off tackle, and the Raiders close in quickly. Loss of yardage on the play will put the ball at the 24-yard line, so it'll be 2nd and 11 for the Elite. The Raiders having some success working the edges. The ATL looking to find a way to find that one big chink in the armor of the Raider defense. They run a counter back inside, makes a few moves, but he's going to be trapped. And he's going to be stopped right at the 23-yard line. So a loss of yard on the play. It'll be 3rd and 12 now. Raider defenders pretty much firing straight up field. Coaches talking to the ATL line, making sure they understand the blocking assignments. And the whistle's going to blow. There's the flag. And false start against the ATL. So that'll cost them 5 yards, and as a result, it'll be 3rd and 17. Ball goes to the 18-yard line. And as the old adage goes, penalties can hurt. But penalties when you're in 3rd and long can hurt you even more. Center looking to snap the ball, and the ball doesn't move, and got another false start. So this will be 3rd and 22 now. And the ball will go to the 12-yard line, to just shy or just beyond the 12-yard hash mark. And there's a whistle. And the officials are going to have a discussion. He's talking with the Raider coaches. And so the spot is adjusted to the 14. So that'll make it 3rd and 20. There's a snap. Counters off of his left, and he is going to go out of bounds right at the 38-yard line. And that is huge for the ATL, and it moves the sticks. First down for the Elite. They were staring down a 3rd and very long, and they get a huge conversion. And that can be a momentum changer. Outstanding call and outstanding blocking. This time the ATL goes to work the edges. He cuts it back inside, and he's going to be met at the 40, but fights his way to the 42-yard line, it appears, and that's where the officials stand, and that's where it will be spotted, the 42-yard line. Gain of 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. 3:41 remaining in the 3rd quarter. ATL once again running the off tackle, and he accelerates, has one man to beat before he's pushed in the back. Right around the 31-yard line, another huge run by the ATL, and they are now starting to work the edges. Remember when we made our initial halftime analysis, we were wondering if they were going to bounce it outside a little bit more, and that's exactly what they're doing. So that ball ultimately is going to get spotted at the 32-yard line. Coaches congratulating that line, letting them know they did a good job. Also doing a good job of making sure these players are hydrated, because I can tell you from experience, there is a huge difference between grass and turf. So kudos to the coaches for making sure these boys stay cool to the greatest extent possible. Safety of the kids is always the first priority. But outstanding blocking by ATL. Got out of a 3rd and a huge hole. And as the old saying goes, when you're racing, you run what you brung, and if they found a way to work the edges of that Municipal defense, they're going to do it. But here's the thing that Municipal must watch out for, is it will also soften up the middle. So they better be careful, and here they go right up the middle. That's exactly what I was just saying, and ATL is going to score. Touchdown, Elite. Fans, I don't want to say that I can see the future, but I said they were starting to work the edges and Municipal had to be careful as it would soften up the middle, and the ATL took advantage of exactly that and ran it right up the gut for the score. So the Elite get set for the conversion based on the lineup. This one at 1 point, he cuts it back inside, and he has it, and we're all knotted up at 7 apiece. Fans, I told you there were going to be some adjustments made at halftime, and we see it. Nice work by the ATL Elite. Found themselves in precarious position with a 3rd and 20, make the conversion, and then continue to work the edges, get Municipals spread out, and then take off right up the middle for the score. We are knotted up at 7 apiece with 3:07 remaining in the 3rd quarter of play. So we're going to take a quick break. They're getting the boys hydrated. We'll be right back here at the C1N Labor Day Classic from Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia.
They got period one and donuts.
I like the water. True meaning of ghetto bullshit.
All right. We do a haul right? Yeah, cool, bro. 1 second. You see?
Who you got? Me and Coach Lou.
Who you got?
Who you got? Me and Lou.
All right, we are back. It'll be interesting to see how Municipal answers back. The Elite putting together a super nice drive, and there's a flag on the field. And looks like just a warning from the official. So there's the handoff. Municipal runs up in the middle themselves. That's a gain of 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 6 for the Raiders. They get the ball to the 29-yard line. Sun directly overhead here. Municipal, 2 in the backfield. Fakes the handoff, goes around the edge himself. And he's going to find some room to accelerate. Still going, running a tightrope. Makes a move back inside. Only has 1 to beat. Looks like he's going to go all the way. Going, and gone. Just like that, the Municipal Raiders answer back. Wow. Simply wow, simply wow, simply wow. Municipal runs a counter fake and takes it all the way to the house and answers back immediately. We have 2 minutes and 12 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. So they're getting set for the extra point. This might be there's a flag. Flag on the play. Municipal Raider picks up the flag and plays with it. Remember, they're 5. So this one looks to have gone against the ATL. It's half the distance. And there's another flag. So at this point, the ball is only going to move a foot or so. Players, they've got to get them lined up out of the neutral zone. And this is crucial because these extra points can make a huge difference, and that's going to do it. He's in there. He's going to continue to run. He's looking for the blue. I can't say that I blame him, because if he understands that now, that's a good sign. But extra points are going to become crucial, it looks like, in this contest if this keeps up. So just like that, Municipal answers back. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back from the C1N Classic here from Westlake High School in Atlanta, Georgia.
Cool when I was scared of letting go. I won.
They got period one and donut. I like the water.
All right, we are back. ATL putting together a nice sustained drive, getting themselves out of trouble on a 3rd and 20 to ultimately get a score, working the edges of the Municipal Raider defense before going right back up the middle. The Raiders coming back with a counter fake and takes it all the way to the house to answer right back, and they lead 14-7 with 2:12 remaining in the 3rd quarter. So the coaches get the players in position. Strong right. Municipal set. And there's movement up front. So we'll see what that call is. And I think that's offsides against, and it is, offsides against Municipal. So this first down just got a little bit easier as the ball is moved to the 30-yard line. It'll be 1st and 5 for the ATL Elite. So no change in the play. Still showing strong right. That snap goes quick, and there goes the ATL. He's only got one guy to beat. He's still going. He's extending it. Going, and gone. And just like that, the ATL responds, much in the same manner. I serve you, you serve me. Back and forth we go. Anything you can do, I can do better. And now it is 14-13 pending the conversion. And this is where these can become interesting. I don't know which team is going to decide first to try to go for 2. Right now, they're in position to go for 1. With 1:58 remaining in the 3rd quarter, the first half being more of a defensive Donnybrook than anything, And now we're lighting up the field. And they're going to get it. That conversion is good. So we're knotted up at 14. So we're at the point now where we've got the irresistible force meeting the immovable object. Fans, make sure you hit that like button, ring that bell. We're glad you're here with us today at the C1N Labor Day Classic. Moxie Media Productions wants to thank Cam Newton and his staff for choosing Moxie Media Productions for this weekend's event. We're glad to be with you. And we are starting off today with fireworks, if you will. So it'll be interesting to see what Municipal does coming out next, given what we have seen on the last two series. So the Municipal offense is set. And there's our camera on the ground, giving you the view from right there on the field. And I promise you, the way these two teams are going right now, those coaches have got a lot of thinking to do. So they get the boys hydrated. There's the whistle from the official. We're just under 2 minutes remaining in the third. Two men in the backfield. They're showing strong right. Here they come. He cuts it back inside. He's going to be met immediately by the ATL defender. Gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Municipal Raiders. Ball is going to be spotted at the 28-yard line. And you can tell the coaches are just as excited as the players are. These are those moments where you hear them say you got to put in the work. They're showing strong right once again. And that is a delayed handoff. And here he comes again. Breaks a tackle. And he's going to be pushed out of bounds right around the not quite the 40. He's going to be pushed out of bounds at the 39-yard line. Well, ultimately, it's going to be spotted at the 38. I thought it might have been the 39. So it's 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line. Nope. I was right the first time. The ball is at the 39. I don't wear the stripes. They do. I wear bifocals, but at least I'm not as blind as I thought it was. There's some miscommunication, and that one, oh, wait a minute! He gets away and starts to accelerate, gives the stiff arm before he's tripped up. Wow. He gets to the 38, the 42. Wow, I'm all over the map. That's the end of the third quarter. We're all knotted up at 14 apiece. We'll be right back in just a few.
We're at Golden Corral. We're feeding the children. Everybody got to eat, so they can leave me alone. Because I'm going to sleep.
Everybody, we did a thing.
All right, we are back. And after what appeared to be a busted play, the quarterback looks around and says, well, I got some lemons. Let me make some lemonade. And he gets to the 42-yard line of ATL, netting a first down for the Municipal Raiders. And just like they did in the first half on this particular drive, they are just working their way down the field. Number 5 taking a deep dive and is going to be tripped up for a loss of yard, losing about 2 in that process. Shoestring tackle by ATL, and that'll make it 2nd and 12 for Municipal. Ball is going to be spotted at the 44-yard line. And we are in the 4th quarter of play. Both teams coming out with fireworks in the second half. Big plays by both teams. And they're going to take it off to their right. He tries to do a shake move. Hey, wait a minute. He escapes the tackle, and he's going to get across the 30, maybe the 28, and that's where the official is standing. Another first down for the Raiders. They're working the edges. And looking at what the Raiders are doing, it is almost like a delayed start where they fake the handoff and then shake and counter to whatever direction they're going to go. I guess if you want to say it was a read option for a 5U, that's about as close as it's going to get. There's a handoff. They go up the middle this time. Boom! The ATL brings a whooping stick, and you can see the player. Got to be careful there. No need to push him in the back. But the ATL defender brings out the whooping stick and gets the big hit on the ball carrier. Ball is going to be spotted at the 24. So it'll be 2nd and 6 for Municipal. Raiders with a slow, steady drive, eating up a lot of clock. Coaches getting their players set and pointing at what direction they need to go. Strong left, and there it is. And there's a huge hole, and he cuts it back out, and it's still going, and no one's going to catch him, and that is a touchdown for the Municipal Raiders. Let's watch this replay. The Municipal Raider player cuts it back with the apparent hole, but bounces it back outside. And the defender gets locked up, turns it back in, and crosses the pylon for the score. 5:12 remaining in the 4th quarter. And they're going to go for 1. So Municipal eating a lot of clock, putting together a slow, methodical drive. Now this could be a difference here. If he doesn't break away to get there, he does. The extra point is good. I thought he might be in trouble, and that could have been a difference maker in the game, but ATL can't get a hold of him. So it is now 21-14. Here at the C1N Labor Day Classic, coming to you from Westlake High School here in Atlanta. The first half was a defensive showcase. The second half, all offense. 5:12 remaining in the contest. As the boys get set, our field cam right there on the ATL players as the coaches hydrate them up. And you see the players from the Raiders dancing. I wouldn't do that right now. They still have some football to play. And ATL has proven they can strike hard and strike fast. So we'll see what the Elite do. A defensive stop here by Municipal could potentially be the difference maker. A lot of things could happen to make the ultimate difference. We just don't know what it is, and that's the best part about games like this and what keeps you in your seat. Fans, we thank you for hanging in there with us here. As the coaches get the players set, hit that like button, ring that bell. Thank you for being here with us on pay-per-view. Whoa! He takes off to his left, has one man to beat. There's the stiff arm. Well, and he has one man to beat, and he's going to ultimately be caught at the 38-yard line. And we've got an injury timeout. We'll be right back. All right. The apparent injury on the field, it looks like the young man's going to be okay. And that's the most important part, because at the end of the day, while we enjoy the game, it is about the safety of the kids first. And I can guarantee you that the organizers of the C1N Labor Day Classic feel the same way, because it is all about the babies at the end of the day. So with that being said, we want to thank you for being with us on pay-per-view. We want to thank the C1N Labor Day Classic and Cam Newton and his people for partnering with Moxie Media Productions to bring you today's event. We have had a Donnybrook of a game with all defense pretty much in the first half and explosive fireworks here in the second. So the ATL now in Raider territory, and he's found some open room and only has one to beat, but he's going to be brought down right at the 29-yard line, close to a first down. So it'll be 2nd and 1. And ATL threatening to score once again. And remember, at 5U level, they're playing on an 80-yard length, okay? They're playing on an 80-yard length. So they have to get to the 10 for the score. And they're working the edges once again, cuts it back inside. He'll have enough to move the sticks. And so if you keep it going down the field, and that's what you want. So they get the ball to to the 27-yard line. So it's 1st and 10. Both teams have found success working the edges and getting that middle softened up. 3:33 remaining in the fourth quarter. And there's a whistle. False start against ATL. So it'll be 1st and 15 from the 32. And fans, we hope you're enjoying that field cam. We want to get you right in the middle of the action. So 1st and 15 from the 32 as a result of the false start penalty. They're going to go right up the middle. Has a blocker and no one in front of him. And that is going to be a touchdown for the ATL. And there's the dance with the celebration. Watch this right here. They find the soft underbelly, gets right on the behind of his blocker and takes off up the middle. And let the celebration begin. There's the ball spinning and there's the dance. Touchdown ATL. Now, this is where, to me, it gets interesting. They're still going for one. I keep waiting for somebody to go for two because I think that's going to be the difference maker in the game. .313 remaining in the fourth quarter. Oh, no. That PAT is no good. 3:13 remaining in the fourth quarter. This goes back to what I was saying as to at what point was somebody going to try to go for two, because it may prove to be the difference in the game. Well, here we sit, 21-20. And we got some action at the entrance of the stadium. I see some gold helmets, and they are crunk, getting ready for the next contest. But while they're excited down there, we've got excitement right here on the field. And the Raiders try to, nice open field tackle by the ATL. Raiders going to their right and nothing happening as the clock continues to run. We're under 3 minutes. Loss of yardage on the play. It'll be 2nd and 13 for the Raiders. However, they're holding a 1-point lead. And I would say that the ATL needs a huge defensive stop. The Elite must make a stop here. And they're working the edges, and the Raiders have room, and he's going to stretch it out. He's going to ride the tightrope all the way to the end zone. And gives the bye-bye sign. Touchdown, Raiders. Look at the dance and the Superman. They see you, Cam. They see you. Look at him ride the tightrope. Waves bye-bye with the victory sign. And here comes the Superman on 1, 2, 3 with the dance, and boom, there it is. So it is 27-20. The ATL knows that they need to really have a stop right here, as that PAT could be a huge, huge difference, because it'll put them down by 8 and force the need for a 2-point conversion should the ATL score. And I'm really surprised that Municipal is not trying to go for 2 at this point themselves, sitting on a 7-point lead. But here they go, bounces it out to his right, and he's going to get it. The conversion is good, and it will go up 28-20 with 2:09 remaining in the fourth quarter. And the Raiders sideline is excited, but I would warn them to not count their chickens before they hatch. ATL has busted out big plays. And we've got a lot of action here as the teams for the next contest are arriving, but let's get back to this one.
Just like that.
We've had a whale of a game, and it has been something to behold. So this has really been something else. Coach is getting the players lined up. And they're talking to their offense. They know they got to have something big.
28-20 ball game, 2:08 remaining in the fourth. Can Atlanta lead answer?
And the Brick City boys and the 404 East Side babies are on the sidelines in the track area getting ready for the next contest. And the Municipal defense are teeing off as the clock winds down. We are under 2 minutes. ATL knows they've got to make something happen here as time keeps ticking away. And they're going to go, and there's a seam. He stretches it out, and he's trying to take off. He's only got one to beat, but he's going to get across the 40. Another huge run by ATL. That's going to move the sticks. They're going to get to the 42-yard line. That stops the clock to move the sticks. ATL is trying to get things going. And they're going to get that ball reset. That ball is reset. The clock restarts. ATL gets it. They're taking off to the right. Cuts it back up the middle, but he's going to run into Municipal defenders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them. And no gain on the play. And that'll bring up second down. So we're under a minute, about 56 seconds remaining. ATL takes a much-needed timeout. So, fans, we're glad you're here with us on pay-per-view. A lot of great football action today from the C1N Classic here from Westlake High School, just outside of Atlanta, GA. Couldn't ask for more perfect weather. It is a little toasty, but hey, that's the way it goes as we roll from August into September. Moxie Media Productions, thankful to be a partner with C1N for this weekend's event. We want to thank Cam Newton and his staff for choosing Moxie Media. We want to thank you for tuning in on pay-per-view. We want to remind all of the fans out there that all of these will be available on C1N Network on YouTube. Make sure you check that out. That will be this Tuesday. So all of them will be available this Tuesday as well. So I'll tell you what, I'm hyped up based on what I'm seeing on the field. I'm losing it a little bit myself. These babies are leaving it, and that's what it is. It's all about the babies, and they are leaving it all on the field in this contest to open up Sunday's action. You know, if the young guys, these 5 of you guys are setting the tone, they are raising the bar to a high level. And I mean, this game is coming down to the wire. So here comes ATL. They're going to go to the left, find some room, and there he goes once again. He's going to get across the 50, cuts it back, and makes a move. Only has 1 man to beat. Outsteps him. He's still going, and he's going to get inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And there is a flag on the field, and that is going to go against the ATL, and it looks like it's holding. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. And that is a heartbreaker of a penalty after a huge gain. And holding is a spot foul that costs 10 yards. So that'll put the ball right around the 32. 43 seconds or so remaining in the contest. And hats off to both these teams. I mean, you know, somebody has to come away the winner, but whomever it ends up being, because I'm not going to call it right now. I've seen too much. But whoever the winner is, even if whoever the loser is, hold your heads high. Whale of a performance today. They go to the left once again, tries to find, steps back inside, accelerates, and he has some guys and turns it back inside, still on his feet, gets across the 50, and that's going to be enough to move the sticks as he gets to the 46-yard line. ATL is going to take a timeout. They get the players all untangled. About 32 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. And if you're watching what I'm watching, you know that you do not call this game. This is not locked up. So the ball is spotted at the 46-yard line. 1st and 10. Ball in Raider territory. Coaches talking to their players, and they're doing a great job with these guys. Made adjustments at the half, and what was a defensive slugfest in the first half, or a slog, if you will, has turned into nothing but fireworks in the second half. So, unfortunately, there has to be a winner and a loser in these contests. And I say unfortunately because somebody has to lose, and both teams playing extremely well in the second, especially in the second half. So ATL goes into motion, strong left. There it is. Block is missed. ATL misses a block. And the clock continues to run, and they're trying to hurry up and get set. Clock winding down, and they're trying to get the players set. And it is tough at the 5U level. We're under 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3. And ATL is going to take, looks like their final timeout with 3 seconds remaining in the game. Ball is spotted at the 44-yard line. And I'll say this, if they had a timeout, for the life of me, I do not know why they let so much time go off the clock instead of calling that timeout and running towards the edges to get out of bounds. So this will absolutely be the final play of the contest, unless they score, and it is completely possible. So ATL goes into motion to go, strong right. This one's for all the marbles. Turns it back in, and that is going to do it. He is brought down at the, appears to be the 40-yard line. And that is going to do it. The Municipal Raiders come away with the victory, 28-20 over the Atlanta Elite. What a contest. Coaches are going to get the players lined up. So, what a game, fans. What a game. The first half, a defensive slugfest. A huge penalty by ATL helps Municipal get on the board, and they take a 7-0 lead. But in the second half, ATL comes out firing on all cylinders. We have big plays on both sides of the ball, big defensive plays, penalties that hurt. It had everything you probably wanted, some maybe you didn't, and then some. But ultimately, somebody had to win the game, and the Municipal Raiders come away with the victory. So congratulations to them, but I'm going to say congratulations to ATL because they put on a heck of a show today here at the C1N Classic, did a great job overall. They look to be having a great season ahead of them. As we and fans, hang in there with us. Thank you for being here with us on pay-per-view. I'm Freddie Flowers here with Moxie Media Productions. We want to thank C1N and Cam Newton and his staff for choosing Moxie Media. We're getting ready for another great contest. This one's going to be huge. As let's see here. The Brick City Boys and the 404 Eastside Babies get ready to take the field. We'll be right back in just a few.